compilation. I think they called the Mass Migration Agenda is what I called it.
The belief of people of European stock that their nations, their countries, and their cultures, their civilizations are essentially on the chopping block, that their way of life, their values, the societal norms and systems to which they are used and to which under which they wish to live and that they wish to hand down to their children and grandchildren, they believe, and I would agree with them, they believe that their way of life, their identity as people of European stock and people of European descent, and therefore the inheritors of European Western civilization and society, they believe all this is in peril. And this has also been the case in North America for many years now. In Europe in particular, this has accelerated and become a truly enormous crisis for those who wish to see European nations remain exactly what they are, European nations. That is to say, the homelands and the societies for European peoples who wish to remain European, who identify as European, who wish to maintain their cultural heritage, etc. They feel threatened. And again, I reiterate, they are correct to feel so. They are absolutely 100% correct, in my view.
100% absolutely correct to be concerned. This rabbi actually tells the truth about it.
I think it is a massive crime on the part, I would say even a treasonous act on the part of many politicians in the West for allowing and facilitating such uncontrolled and massive immigration of third world
Tikkun Olam, Rabbi.
Immigrants into these countries. It is also a massive historical act of folly. As a result of this apprehension, many people of European background are looking for those who are responsible, who wish to blame, find the people they can blame and attack for what has been going on over, in some cases for decades, in other cases more particularly over the last few years. And it is true, unfortunately, and I think this needs to be frankly admitted by Jews all over the world, that there are, without doubt, Jews.
He's admitting it. Here we go. Here's the Barbara Specter moment, and we'll play her next.
This needs to be frankly admitted by Jews all over the world.
Don't call me a conspiracy theorist now.
That there are, without doubt, Jews involved in those movements and those organizations, very often NGOs, etc., who promote this phenomenon of third world immigration into the Western countries.
It's Israelis.
And
Israel aid,
the
bringing them into
conclusion
Europe.
of these Europeans and Americans is that the Jews are behind this policy, that this is some kind of Jewish conspiracy to water down white American or white European societies, or to inflict irreparable damage on these societies. In some cases, I've seen claims made by such people that the Jews are doing this deliberately as an act of revenge against the European nations who...
Well, they want revenge against Edom for sure.
Who discriminated against the Jews for, not just for centuries, but actually one could say for millennia.
What's right now at the top?
Okay, we'll come back to that one. But he says, oh, here's the Destroy Edom TikTok mix that I made.
It's the end of days. You're going to need the iron of Esav, which represents Edom, which is the West, Europe, and the Americas, to get intermixed with Ishmael, which is basically Arabs and Muslims. How in the world was this ever going to happen if not for this refugee crisis? At the end of days, you're going to have this intermixing between Esav, Edom, which is the West, and the East, which is the Muslims and the Arabs. making this through this influx into the world. They're going to have a far larger birth rate than the indigenous people there, and they're going to sort of conquer by number. And there are many different sources for this, where there will be many, many people killed and so on and so forth. So
Great.
the idea of having these refugees come into Europe, it's no longer a matter of whether it's right or wrong. It's just simply a fulfillment of what it was meant to be all along. This is the fulfillment of the Hazal and the prophecies.
Fulfillment of prophecies. White people getting erased, blotting out the memory of Amalek and Esau, Edom being destroyed, all a part of their prophecies.
This has to happen, and this is just another sign that we are nearing, the completion of this tikkun of the entire world.
But we know one thing, right? That when it comes to the classic Rome, which is Europe,
In America,
they're finished.
they're finished. Europe is finished, he says, with happiness.
And you don't have to be a prophet or a great analysis for that. You have to open the TV or the internet and see that exactly what was prophesied then, that the sons of Ishmael are going to go and cause havoc around the world. So France is completely barbecued. England is next. Now half of Europe is completely half dead. Now look what's going on in America. So, now in a country near you.
Asking what's going to be with the Goyim when Mashiach comes. Will they be destroyed and annihilated? Someone asked, who cares? Okay. As a nation, they'll cease to exist, even as individuals. Every individual, no survivors. Not only as a nation, they'll cease to exist, even as individuals. In modern terminology, they call it cultural genocide. They'll be annihilated. They basically learn there's going to be cultural genocide. That, you know what, the Goyim as they exist as Goyim, that's done with. Batul mevutul.
The Goyim are done with. Cultural genocide, he says. Let's see here. Here's another... the Jew and the ADL and the Jewish groups, they're all about, let's team up with the blacks. Let's team up with all minorities and go against white people.
Killing begins. This is why, because the Jewish community and the black community, we should be together. Jews and blacks we shouldn't fight, but there shouldn't be tension. Jews and blacks should get together and get whitey. I think.
I'm serious. Serious in what they're doing.
It's the kind of thing where they like to set us off on each other. It's like in race relations.
They like to set us off on one another, says John Leibowitz, as he pretends to be white, saying white people try to play us off against each other.
They like to set people against each other. Although I will say this about black people. They should hate us. Black people should hate white people.
Black people should hate white people. He says us. John Leibowitz, who says Jews and blacks should team up against whitey and go after whitey. Now, on another speech with a different audience, he says, the blacks should hate us white people because we try to divide everybody. This is so sneaky, so despicable.
I'm glad that they're trying at least to be nice to us, but we really fuck them over almost at every turn.
In other words, they shouldn't be nice to us white people.
Every time they make something cool, we take it and ruin it. They made fucking jazz, beautiful, cool jazz, and we took it and went, let's see what Kenny G will do with it. We fucking ruined everything.
The evil whitey Kenny G stole jazz. Here's Kenny G, was born in Seattle, Washington to Jewish parents. Imagine my shock. Kenny G. What does Kenny G look like? Oh yeah, look at that evil white man that stole the black jazz. Wow, John Stewart. We're dicks, he says.
Black people are.
All right, there's that. Here's another one. The top comedians, the legendary comedians, say stuff like this. This is what it takes to be a star in today's entertainment.
If you want to slow down that drug traffic, you got to start executing a few of these fucking bankers. White, middle-class, Republican bankers.
Yeah, everybody knows that the bankers is white, middle-class men, white, middle-class Christian men, bankers, right? You even mention the word bankers, they go, that's an anti-Semitic trope. But somehow in his world, he wants to execute bankers when they're white Christian males.
And I'm not
Execute
talking.
the white man, he says.
If you want to slow down that drug traffic, you got to start executing a few of these fucking bankers. White, middle class, Republican bankers. And I'm not talking about soft American executions like lethal injection. I'm talking about fucking crucifixion, folks. Let's bring back crucifixions. I'll guarantee you one thing. You start executing, you start nailing one white banker per week to a big wooden cross on national TV, you're going to see that drug traffic begin to slow down pretty fucking quick. Pretty fucking quick. You
know, for a person that started out, who was raised in Harlem, to now finding yourself celebrating your career in, of all places, Aspen. Yeah. I can't think of two more antithetical places than Harlem and Aspen.
Aspen, way too many whites.
Way too many whites.
Way too many whites. In fact, go around the world, way too many whites. Even though they're outnumbered, way too many. Well, I can't wait until the brown and the black people begin showing up in the big war canoes to get their stuff back. Wouldn't that be fun? Isn't that going to be great? Because they're already showing up in England, you know. Oh, that colony stuff. The chickens are coming home to roost. Hey, the food stamp, man! The food stamp! They're all going back. And it'll happen because the big blue-eyed man from the north is going to have to pay the price.
The big blue-eyed man from the north is going to have to pay the price. When this is comedy, when this is entertainment, when this is mainstream, and it's just getting... all of this anti-white hatred is escalating. The demographic replacement is intensifying. They want whites to be a hated minority in the future. Deeply hated minority, blamed for everything. And this is how you know. The fact that this is what's so pervasive in our culture shows you white people are not in charge.
Are you unclogging your toilet correctly?